Welcome back to Vintage Tuesdays
at Gilbert Guitars.
Yeah. Attaboy. On this episode of Vintage Tuesdays, we have this beautiful 1988 Fender Strat Plus. So back in 1988 when these things came out, I remember these things coming out and being in the stores, which is crazy.
What, does that make you vintage? I was born in that year. Ah,
man,
it's me.
Makes me feel vintage now.
Oh
Thanks, Timmy.
Yeah, sure.
Back in 1987, Fender cut away from CBS. They needed a flagship model. These things were amazing. They got Don Lace to make these wicked noiseless pickups. They got this TBX control where boosted treble and bass, that was new cool stuff back then. This is a prime example of a wicked color, the surf green. You don't see these very often, especially a mint version of this. Collectors always want one of every color. This is one of the rarest ones to find. It's got all the case candy in the case, strap, chamois, all the stuff that came in the case with these things was preserved. With these things, colors everything. Would you rather have a black one or a sunburst or this wicked green?
Yeah, that's super cool. So the Don Lace pickups, really neat thing that was happening in the 80s. I think with the help of Jeff Beck especially as well too. And of course Clapton. Everybody, most people would know when you start hitting the gain to it, you get that 60 cycle hum. It can be a little bit, a little bit out of control sometimes kind of thing. So that eliminated that. You still get your single coil quacks and all kinds of stuff out of it, but just it's gone. And these ones it's super clean. You'll see in a moment how really nice this is. It's really good. And the neck feels good. The neck's it's definitely more getting into that modern size of things. It's not the baseball bat whatsoever, but it doesn't have that 70s, wow, that's really skinny kind of a feel maybe that we've seen with like the 73. To me, it's a little bit almost like a D shape as well too. So you could shred on this as well, kind of thing. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. And I think a lot more people will really dig that.
And Fender went kind of futuristic back then with the Wilkinson nut. That nut on there, it's got a bunch of little roller bearings. So guys could use the whammy bar, and it's not binding up in the nut.
Nice.
And they put locking tuners on it. So the locking tuners, there's no winds around the peg that are going to unwind and the strings are going to move and come back not in tune anymore. This was a huge thing for stability on tuning. The Floyd Rose guitars systems were coming out, and this was kind of Fender's more traditional look. They didn't want to go with Floyd Rose and
the route
and tuning little micro tuners down here. This was a huge deal back then because nobody else was doing that.
So on the bottom pot here, not technically a tone, it's that TBX system that's in there. So on the halfway point, you're just getting your kind of standard thing, but if you want it to do that, that's how I'll describe it. Notch it over, you can feel it almost kind of like one of those bass pots or whatever, when you can feel there's a little indent. That little spot that's there. You go past it, oomph, and then boom, you'll notice that low end pop, a little bit more crystal top end. It's really cool. It's almost like almost like a built-in compressor in it.
Megatone.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, we could definitely thank Mr. Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton for working with the Fender guys on that one, just for the application. So if you guys have any more information about that or Jeff Beck or Clapton's involvement, please in the comment section.
Yep. So when Timmy's demoing this guitar right now, he's gonna use the whammy bar a little bit with the Wilkinson roller nut and the locking tuning keys. You can get the dive bombs and some pretty wicked cool sounds out of it, and it always comes back in tune, which is incredible. We're gonna be running this guitar through my 1953 Princeton Tweed amp. I've had this for many, many years. It is the oldest Fender amp that I have ever owned. 53 Princeton. It looks like it's a Champ. It's the small body, small speaker, but it is indeed a Princeton, and it's wicked. So we're gonna get this thing going here. Timmy's gonna demo this on a clean sound. We got the volume at about 7, 8. The guitar amp is on about a 7, and see if we can get that whammy bar going.
Yeah, we'll see if you knock it out of tune. It stays, man. That's not bad.
It works.
It's good. Here's that back quack.
Still in tune.
Here's that middle. Here's a bit of neck and middle. Bridge on that just cranked out deal, and let's engage the oomph
Yeah.
there. Yeah. All right, that full-on sound. The nice bridge there with the middle. We love that kind of
quacky
cold
sound.
shot kind of quack.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Between the guitar and the amp and Timmy playing it, you get everything out of this guitar. It's classic vintage Fender tone without the noise. Did you guys hear that
I was
hum?
gonna say, I'm cranked.
I don't hear no hum. That thing's awesome. It does everything that Fender back in '88 wanted it to do and brought them back from almost from the dead back then. They were hurting. And this kind of guitar here, along with the Japanese stuff that they were doing back then, brought them back. And top-notch guitars for the top-notch players.
Super fun to play.
So if you want to check out more information on any of the guitars we got in the store, you can check us out on Facebook. We're on there, Instagram, and www.gilbertguitars.com. We'll see you next time on Vintage Tuesdays
At Gilbert Guitars.
Yeah.